Welcome to Time to Bloom. My name is Robin Taylor, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about why I do what I do, why I developed Time to Bloom. I grew up with child abuse. My mother was physically and emotionally abusive in a lot of different ways, and my father was basically absent, as well as abusive in his own ways. As I grew up, I felt unloved, uncared for, and unimportant. My relationship with God suffered, and I felt very much isolated and alone, unworthy of anybody's concern or attention. As an adult, that experience led me to even more abuse. I experienced domestic violence, and I really had no roadmap of what to look for in a healthy relationship in myself or in others. After several abusive and broken relationships, I began a healing path that I believe was led by God. It combined secular psychology and scripture. And this is what I want to share with you at Time to Bloom. I know what a difficult journey healing can be. I want to share with you what I've learned. If there's one thing that I want you to get out of this, it is that you are not defective. You simply weren't made to live in chronically unstable and toxic environments. And because you've lived beyond your limitations, you're suffering the consequences of those choices. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to condemn. I went through this. I walked through this. But when you realize what's happened to you and you're able to find out why you behaved the way you behaved when you were surrounded by abuse, when you're able to understand the effects of the abuse after you left, you can give yourself some grace and understanding in the healing process, and it actually helps you to heal. One of my favorite quotes is by Alexander Denhoger. He said that if a flower doesn't bloom, you don't blame the flower, you change the environment in which it lives. What I want you to consider is that you're God's flower. You're his creation, his daughter, and he loves you dearly. And you haven't bloomed into the woman that he's called you to be because you haven't had what you needed. The time is now to learn, to grow, and to blossom into the woman that God called you to be.